Hello and welcome back everyone to the Made in Bangladesh show. I'm your host Ariz Rahman. আজকে আমাদের এপিসোডে I have a very close friend of mine, Fahim Mohammad Nael. So Fahim is the founder and director of Edbase Professionals. He teaches economics and accounting in schools, and he also runs his own podcast channel, which is called The Professionals. So without further ado, let's introduce Fahim Nael to our show. Fahim, welcome to the Made in Bangladesh show. Ki khobor?
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're okay. And thanks for the invitation.
No, thank you, Fahim, for making the time. I know you have a very busy schedule. You run multiple stuff. Thank you for making the time on a Friday. I know tomar ekta dawat theke escho. So it's
that I did. Not an issue anyway.
Yeah. I've known you for many years. I've known you since school. I've known you since you've worked in and studied in the UK as well. Let's dig into how you started Edbase Professionals. So let's start with what is Edbase Professionals, কিভাবে শুরু করলা, and what was kind of like your story behind it?
Basically, in short, three ACCA members, three of us, we started together. We basically joined with a coaching center by the name Edbase. So we started a separate entity by the name Edbase Professionals. Jekhane basically we plan to run ACCA tuition. So we then become approved learning partner, and then we have become approved employer now. And we have licensed examination center as well.
Okay.
So we basically train ACCA students and we place them to the job, and we also recruit ACCA students, and we also give them, the flavor of experiences firsthand.
Now, let me go back a bit. We say that you are an ACCA qualified student. You're also an FCCA. FCCA ta ki jinish actually? Is it just an accounting degree?
Just
for viewers to get an idea,
ACCA
just for me to get an idea.
ACCA basically is a business advisory course.
Achha.
You actually become a good advisor, to be honest, in terms of all the business, aspects. So once we become a member, our title ta ki pashe boshe ACCA. But after that, after 5 years of continuous professional development, that's what we call it, then we become FCCA. So to be a full member, you'll take about 6 to 7 years, and after that, after 5 more years, you become ACCA. So we are basically the buras now, the senior ones.
Tomar ki always did you have an interest towards accounting? Was that always your goal to pursue ACCA to become something on the lines of accounting?
There was this teacher, Ashlo. So he came to the class, and then he just wrote debit and then credit. I just made a heart. I started loving the subject.
Amazing.
So from class 8, I loved it.
Okay. Let me go a bit personal. ঠিক আছে? So আমি তো তোমাকে I've known you since maybe class 7-8 থেকে. You weren't the best of students in school, were you? So if
I wasn't.
You weren't all A student, right? Now to teach or to এখন যেরকম তোমার you're running your business in terms of teaching, do you always have to be an all A star student, or when do you realize?
To be honest, any successful person, হোক বা ভালো যদি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে কাজও করে, anybody, to be honest with you, can teach as long as they have passion for it. It has nothing to do with the grade at all. ঠিক আছে? এবং a very good employee can also not necessarily be a very good student. But yeah, you have to be a decent student.
I didn't say you're a bad student, huh? You were never a bad student.
No, আমি bad এ যাচ্ছি না. I think if you remember, I was giving a mock or something, and I scored like 3 out of 100 or something like that. So তখন like all my friends was like, what did you get 3 out of 100? কি যে লিখবো, I have no freaking idea.
So এখন when did you realize যে things need to get serious, মানে আমার পড়াশোনা নিয়ে I have to become serious, or when did you kind of put your feet this is when I have.
I want to that is the time I have to fix myself. I will leave my music for good, which you know it. I've left playing cricket with you as well. Okay, so সব কিছু like ছেড়ে I was like, nah, this is the time I am going to sacrifice for study and build up my career. Of course, we had our fun and stuff, but yeah, that is the time. I think that is the time you also got serious, right?
আমি তো অলওয়েজ ভালোই সিরিয়াস
Well, you're always a good student. Yeah, you're always a good student. Yeah, no, you're always a good student.
Live achi to also have to say that, but na, I think there comes a time or point in life when you start to become serious. You plan to kind of you set your targets, right? You set your goals. Seta school e thaka kalin I don't think we had that, but everyone has a specific time. So I think amar seta hoyeche during undergrad when I started realizing what I really like. Now
but I'll be honest with you. I know you are taking interview. I will ask you a question as well, because
feel free.
Honestly speaking, I am teaching economics, and economics is a niche subject. The population development, that's what you have studied. I remember আমি তোমার একটু পচাইছিলাম about it, the population growth, development এগুলা কি, but to be honest with you, that is a passion. Even if এইখানে চ্যানেলে যদি আমার কোনো ভিউয়ার্সরা থাকে যারা যদি for example students যারা economics or accounting pursue করে, you are also a very good example, man, because you yourself is an economist in a way.
Thank you, Fahim. Thank you. But I think I'll keep my side of the story for a later time. Ajke will focus on your story, but rightly so. Yeah. And leading to that, from Tomar point of economics and accounting, we have a question from Rishtia Jannat. She asked, need the honest answer, accounting or economics? So you teach economics in school and then you teach accounting, professional accounting.
Yeah, and I spend a hell lot of time teaching economics, more than accounting. Rishtia, to be honest with you, if she's the one who asked the question, right?
Right.
Yeah, I can see that. Accounting, always, for sure. But secondary choice is definitely economics. But somehow just economics stuck to me. Probably a luck or somehow, it happened. Economics is always my second subject.
Okay. Now, আমি একটু চাই যে when I ACCA or আমি একটা টাইমে সিমা করেছিলাম, and you know that I was never good at it, right? So it was a love or hate kind of relation. So you love accounting, I didn't. I hate it. Is ACCA all about accounting only?
No, we have literally like two modules in relation to your macroeconomics and strategy, business development, all those areas. Right. So there is a law aspect towards it.
Achha.
Business law and finance egulo to accounting er matri pore in a sense. I mean, finance is a bigger version of accounting. So egulo ekটু I would say accounting side. But as I said, it is strategy, project management, তারপর economics এর part গুলো এগুলো ACCA তে আছে. So that's why we call ourselves more business advisor rather than an accountant.
Okay. তাহলে আমার next questionটা হচ্ছে যে professional accounting courses করে qualifications করে such as ACCA or FCCA, what is the career that someone can pursue? কি career aspects আছে, opportunities আছে? Do you only become a chartered accountant or are there further kind of opportunities for people?
Honestly speaking, it's more of this course is more about audit, you being an auditor or your tax advisor. That is more towards it, or a broker, right. Or for example, you're working in an investment banking. But এটা ছাড়াও আমি বলবো, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a strategist, you can also be a marketing head. That's the funny part, because apparently marketing এখানের মধ্যে কিছুটা হলো আছে. So it's a lot of aspects, but the specialization আমি বলবো is more about accounting and audit and taxation and finance.
Acha. Okay. There's another question. Shawaf asked, if given the chance, would you ever become a math teacher?
Honestly speaking, I would. এটা আসছে আমি I think কোন একটা ক্লাসে I was very sad because economics এর স্টুডেন্ট দেখি খালি ড্রপ করে, and I was like, জীবনে যদি ম্যাথ টিচার হইতাম তাহলে একটারও ড্রপ করতে দিতাম না. I kind of said something like that, I guess. So honest with you, Yes, if I had the chance, I would have been a maths teacher, but I would have been a horrible maths teacher. That's a problem.
কেন?
Because আমি maths তো পারি না ঠিক মতো। So
awesome. I
so
love
yeah.
your honesty. I love your
Yeah.
honesty. তাহলে Fahim, আরেকটা কোয়েশ্চেন করি আমি যে what percentage of people in Bangladesh, just an estimate for us to kind of get an idea, study professional accounting or pursue professional accounting degrees like ACCA, CIMA, or even economics combined bolte paro?
Every year 2.5-3 লাখ যদি গ্রাজুয়েট হয় among our potential clients or numbers, if I'd say 3 lakh is the number, professional accountancy probably করে হচ্ছে less than 1000.
আচ্ছা, that's it পুরো দেশে?
And pass করা তো দূরের কথা। Yeah.
আচ্ছা, you're not just
It's
saying
horrible
at
number.
your institution, এটা পুরো দেশের না?
No. Yeah,
Oh,
of
wow.
course.
তুমি কি ক্যালকুলেটরে বসে ক্যালকুলেট করলে এখন?
No, I didn't. আমি just mental একটা just চিন্তা করছি। আর maybe আমি একটু underestimate করছি because ICAB তো আছে, so I think 2000 maximum.
But that's
it's not
a
huge
very
number at all.
kind of minute number.
That's a red alert for Bangladesh because skill development তো হবেই না। সবাই ধরো graduation they're pursuing the accountancy stuff, but accounting and professional accounting, man, there is a hell lot of difference. You know, and I know it better. We have been to different countries. Accounting doesn't hold value if you don't be a professional accountant. Right? We had a friend there as well who used to work in KPMG. So he did pursue accountancy, but he didn't get a job with accountancy. Rather, he got a job through studying ICAW.
Right. Amazing. Fahim, let's move on to tomar school teaching. Why do you do school teaching? You already teach professional accounting. তো স্কুলের সেগমেন্টটা কেন আসছে? ফার্স্টলি হাউ ডু ইউ ম্যানেজ অল দ্যাট টাইম? কিন্তু স্কুলের why do you teach economics as well?
To be honest with you, I actually got this question long time back. Schooler থাকার one of the main reason হচ্ছে when I started teaching economics from 2019. There are a lot of parents and guardians, they used to tell me like কোন স্কুলে পড়ান? So you see the problem. So that's why I wanted to teach in a school from 2020. Amna corona time
to create that platform, tai to? Acha.
Yeah, because I have to say something to the parents. Plus, if I am in this line, there has to be a good what do you call it, experience in which school you have taught.
Acha.
এরকম question আমার future আসবেও. So that's why I chose one of the best school in Dhanmondi, which is Mastermind. So that's why I chose that. And obviously বাকিটা তো interview দিয়েছি. Honestly বলতে I applied to one place, I gave the interview, I didn't apply to 1,000 places, so yeah, I didn't do that.
No, of course, you have the CV, you have your experiences. I don't think you needed to even apply.
No, এটা সবাই বলে, but Bangladesh has got certain issues, okay? Most of the some of the employers, they don't even look at anything, to be honest.
Right.
They ask you rubbish questions and all those things, so issues আছে ইন্টারভিউতে. We need to rectify a lot of things in our country, to be honest with you.
আমি এখানে এই কোয়েশ্চেনটাতে যাই, লিডিং টু হোয়াট ইউ জাস্ট সেড, যে বাংলাদেশে টিচিং অ্যান্ড অলসো স্টাডিং, রাইট? আমরা যখন now we studied in school এখন 15 বছরের বেশি হয়ে গেছে probably, just to give the viewers an idea of আমাদের age as well. So teaching বা স্কুলে স্টাডিং আমরা স্কুল করি, তারপরে কোচিং করি, there's so much just focused on education grades and so on. But where do children or এখন যারা who are graduating, what else do they need to focus on apart from just education?
I would say we are 20 years behind.
Acha.
In terms of education development. Education syllabus অনুযায়ী we are up to date. Not to worry about that. We are definitely up to date.
Acha.
But the whole learning process is 20 years back. If you remember in London, there were a lot of extracurricular factors that was kind of mandatory.
Right.
And after I came back, আমি যখন last England training করতে গিয়েছিলাম 2017 for 3 days. I've seen they have implemented something called STEMP learning.
Acha,
so this STEMP learning is basically shortcut boli, eto details na jay, it's just basically experience based learning, coursework based learning, teamwork based learning.
আচ্ছা,
তো আজকাল যুগে আমি যেটা এখনো বাংলাদেশে পাচ্ছি, কিসের কোর্স ওয়ার্ক, কিসের টিম ওয়ার্ক, কিসের কি, ইউ স্টিল মানে you cannot even talk with the other person sitting behind you, let
Right,
alone
right,
teamwork. It is the point.
right.
So
হ্যাঁ,
আমাদের এখনো ওই রোবাস্ট সিস্টেমটা রয়ে গেছে, and we believe যে এইভাবে আমাদের স্কিল ডেভেলপমেন্ট হবে. It's wrong, completely wrong, because we're only looking at 4 or 5 successful people out of 500, and সেটা দিয়ে আমি এক্সাম্পল দেখাই যে এইখান থেকে তো 5 জন হয়ে গেছে, এইখান থেকে তো 5 জন হয়ে গেছে. That's wrong. Some of them are
সাকসেসটা কি বেসড অন
anyway brilliant.
রেজাল্টস অনলি?
Results. অথবা যখন অ্যাপ্লাই করে, ও হার্ভার্ডে পেয়ে গেছে, এমআইটিতে পাইছে, আরে ভাই কয়জন পাইছে? You need to
Right.
look at the probability. You cannot just put 1 or 2 intelligent to students অথবা যাদের acumen automatically ভালো as an example.
Right.
So as a nation, our government is actually currently focusing on skill development, and that is the part where I also want to contribute a bit, to be honest with you.
Right.
So they are doing it. I mean, they have already implemented it. So আমার মনে হয় every teachers or every school or institutions should start implementing some sort of this, experience based learning,
activity focus.
extracurricular learning. Yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing তাহলে to improve that?
My techniques, I do implemented some sort of trainings and XYZ, some sort little bit of experiences and stuff. I do discuss a lot of things to the student other than the course studies, because they need to understand the competition behind them. Course lecture, actually they will not grow. I don't believe that. Okay, I have also seen in England, they don't believe that as well. So the fact is, they need to understand a lot of street acumen, street smart things, or negotiation skills, communication, all those soft skills, এগুলো জানতে হবে. So এগুলো আমি চেষ্টা করি. Obviously I do not have the whole ground to do it. I have to finish my syllabus, make them sit for the exam and stuff. But যতটুকু সম্ভব I do discuss a lot about it, and ছোট ছোট ট্রেনিং দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করি if possible, if there is a scope.
Okay. Make time for খেলাধুলা, গান বাজনা, debate and things like that as well.
Yes, যেমন সামনে we have a cultural event বা পিকনিক টাইপের করছি. So we are planning to make them perform, and let's see how it goes. যতটুকু আর কি আসলে মানে মিনিমাল মানে করা যায় ততটুকু চেষ্টায় আছি.
Of course.
And after that, I mean, it has to work together. I can't do it alone. It has to have a full team doing it. Right? So that's the
small steps, and I'm sure it will grow. Hey, inshallah. Fahim, একটা quick question. ঠিক আছে? Based on that, from Farhan Ahmed, he says, how do you find work in Bangladesh while studying as a student?
Studying as a student, anywhere you work is challenging. Anywhere you work. I think the difference between European countries and Bangladesh is that no one will scold you. In Bangladesh, অনেক সময় দেখা যায় you get a bit of scolding. But এছাড়া আমি বলবো আমাদের initial work London was very challenging. Same with the Bangladeshও অনেক challenging. At least Bangladesh there is a less cultural barrier, less communication barrier, যেটা England we both have faced. Like you also went to Dubai. You also felt some sort of barrier as well. In Bangladesh, you don't have to face that. And yes, in terms of opportunity, Bangladesh has got very less opportunity as a student rather than in England or Dubai.
কিন্তু as a student কি এখন ধরো internship opportunities বা co-op যেটা আমরা বলি এখানে এসব so where এখানে তাহলে education institution and private organizations, there needs to be a collab, right? Are we moving towards that?
Not necessarily, no. As I said, we are not really up to the standard yet. It takes time like that.
Inshallah, with time. Let's move on to your podcast, The Professionals.
Okay.
What is the podcast about? What is professional? How do you manage time to do that? Do you do it alone?
To be honest with you, I do not have time at all to do that. I have a team who are actually my students. They're the one who actually, helping me out. And I've got this staff. He's very close to me actually, bhai bhai সম্পর্ক. So he's helping me with the little bit of designing and posting and stuff. But আমার স্টুডেন্টরাই আর কি মেজরিটি কাজ করে, এবং আজকেও to be honest with you, I'm trying to change the setup a bit. So এটা আমার স্টুডেন্টরাই করে দিয়েছেন. I felt a little bit bad যে মানে আমি টাইম পাচ্ছি না. So I have to think about it from season 2. আমার season 1 টা end হয়ে যাবে very soon. যে actually I have to keep some people permanent for this. Target is very simple. Whatever you are doing, a little bit away from you, but almost the same in a sense. we educate the young crowds. For me, I educate the young crowds about the skills that they should be undertaking, and so that they get inspiration of what to do, what the guidelines, XYZ.
সেটা কি শুধু অ্যাকাউন্টিং কোয়ালিফিকেশন বেস নাকি আরো ওয়াইডার?
No. Wider, huge. আমি বলবো accounting qualification is very small part of it. For example, entrepreneurship, I'm encouraging. Future, I probably might go for more of mental things, health issues, health XYZ. তারপর study abroad, life, about life and discussion, how to have fun, everything. It is got, it's open ended. সোজা কথা.
Awesome. তাহলে তুমি বলছো যে you're also getting students recruited and into roles supporting you with this podcast, right? So directly or indirectly, you're also getting them into that work opportunity experience kind of role, right?
Because they do have the caliber. Yeah, they do have that acumen. I think they're already doing some sort of freelancing as well. So আমি আরেকটু ওদেরকে একটু হেল্প করি, ওরাও একটু আর্ন করুক, and plus ওরাও তো আমাকে হেল্প করতেছে as well. আমি তো বলবো it works both sides.
So এই এক্সপেরিয়েন্সটা কি ওদের ফিউচারে কোনো কাজে আসবে?
Of course. It's a transferable skills, right?
Yeah.
For example, if they want to open a new agency, digital agency, they can do that. They have the caliber to do that. Also, if they want to work under someone, they can show that, see, this is the podcast. I've made this through this Fahim sir, XYZ. So they've got proof to show it to the employer. That is the transferable skills, right?
Right. এখন কিভাবে ট্রান্সফার করবে if they're an accounting student, if they're an ACCA student, but someone who's working in ধরো ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডে helping with the videography, অথবা someone who's hosting the show, সেই স্কিলটা as an accountant or a professional accountant, how are those skills coming into play here?
In accounting, we talk with clients. Those who do this sort of, digital marketing and everything, they communicate with us. So their communication will be more better than the one who's just studying.
আচ্ছা, communications এর পয়েন্টে চলে আসি ফাহিম. I've known you as an introvert all your life. So within a certain maybe tight group of people, you talk, you're live, you're an extrovert bolte pari, but bahire gele, apart from that surrounding, you seem to be an introvert. So as a teacher or as someone who's teaching a huge class, students, সবার সাথে সারাক্ষণ কথা বলা, doing your podcast, do you see a change in yourself? Are you transitioning from an introvert to an extrovert? Naki, those are just things that you're kind of working on.
Very hard question. I'm still an introvert. I am still an introvert. If you remember this, if you think about it, well, it's been a while we don't hang out because you're in Canada. But when we do Canada, if there are some new people, you haven't seen me interact at all. Look at Arslan, who just commented. He talks with everybody, man. Literally everybody out there. And I'm just the guy who just sit in the corner, just, stare at them. So
but is there a problem being an introvert?
Yeah.
Introvert হওয়াটা কি কোনো সমস্যা?
No. Introvert হওয়াটা সমস্যা না। বাট যেমন আমি এখন টিচ করানোর পর আমি না 5-10 মিনিট ব্রেক নিই। আমি ব্রেক না হলে আমি ক্লাসটা নিতে পারবো না। Why? Because আমার নিজেরও একটু ঠান্ডা হইতে হয় তখন। It's sort of like একটা স্টিম ইঞ্জিন অন হয়, আবার স্টিম ইঞ্জিন ডাউন করাইতে হয়। বাট আমি যদি একটু এক্সট্রোভার্ট হইতাম, প্রবাবলি আমার এই ডাউন আপটা একটু কম হইতো, ব্রেকটা একটু কম লাগতো।
এখন ধরো ইয়াং ভিউয়ার্সদের জন্য বলো, হ্যাঁ, there are certain people who are introverts who think আচ্ছা আমি তো introvert, I cannot do this, আমি টিচ করতে পারবো না, অথবা I cannot talk to clients. What are the things that they can work on, and tell them how you being an introvert overcome that and
আমার ফার্স্ট স্টেপ ছিল আমার ওয়াইফ, আমার এখনো আমার হেল্প ওয়াইফ, বাট এছাড়াও what else can be done? They need to interact with one or two people more, not the close ones only. They need to push their boundary, be more confident and talk with everybody. I sometimes do that, to be honest. আমি কিন্তু এটাই আমার এক্সারসাইজ হয়, এবং আমি এখন সত্যি কথা বলতে in school or anybody where I can see someone যে যারাদের সাথে আমি ইন্টারঅ্যাক্ট করতে পারি, আমার কলিগ এন্ড স্টাফ, আমি ইচ্ছা করে যে চেষ্টা করি কথা বলার, পরে আবার বলেও না, আমি আবার নিজে একটু চুপ হয়ে যাই, no, I'm not shy at all. Okay, because আমার কনফিডেন্স এখন একদম পুরো আপ টু দ্য লিমিট, অনেক হাই হয়ে গেছে। সো ওই কনফিডেন্সটা ইউজ করে আমি আমার ইন্ট্রোভার্টটাকে ব্রেক করার চেষ্টা করি।
So that confidence you build through your work, তাই না?
Yeah.
Student কে পড়ায়, regular কথা বলে, clients এর সাথে কথা বলে,
Yeah.
so you worked on it, so you have to work on it.
Yeah.
But
A
in
lot.
general, being
A
an
lot.
introvert is not an issue at all, right? You can
No.
be an introvert and still do certain things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, no one will believe that. এখানে যদি viewers আমার কোনো স্টুডেন্ট থাকে বা কেউ থাকে, no one will believe that I'm an introvert other than you.
Okay. আমি একটা last question from audience আপাতত জিজ্ঞাসা করি, and then I'll move on to the next segment. How long do you plan to keep teaching? This is from Momtatara.
Well, basically আমার তো focus আসলে more of a business than teaching, but I'm not sure, probably next 15 years, 10 to 15 years at least, if I am alive. Yeah, frequency কমতে পারে, but at least 10 to 15 years আছে for sure, inshallah.
Okay, sure. But you're happy with teaching at the moment, and you love teaching. I can see.
I love it. Yeah. না হলে
Okay.
মানে I wouldn't have done it.
Okay, just a comment, no question. Rishable, so never believe that Fahim sir was an introvert. Still
Right.
don't. Okay, fine. Let's move on to a small segment. So I call this the rapid response. So I'll ask you a set of 5 questions, right? Fine. আমার কি ইন্টারনেটে কোনো সমস্যা হচ্ছে? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah, it's pretty okay.
আচ্ছা ঠিক
একটু
আছে।
মানে
Okay, কারণ আমি একটু just একটা দেখলাম, so yeah. Okay. I just wanted to double check with you. Okay, let's move on to the next segment, which is the rapid response. I'll ask you a set of 5 questions. You cannot think more than 5 seconds about each question. The first thing that comes to your mind, just say it. ঠিক আছে? After the whole 5 questions তুমি answer করো, I'll give a scenario of your parallel universe. ঠিক আছে? So here we go. The first question. ঠিক আছে? Don't think too long. What is your all-time favorite movie?
The Godfather.
You took more than 5 seconds there. Fahim, come on, I have to faster answer karo. Who
Okay,
is
okay,
your
okay.
favorite who is your favorite actor or actress?
Al Pacino.
Comedy, horror, or romance?
Romance. Among these 3.
Okay. Our option নাই, so we তিনটাই. Okay, romance. What is your all-time favorite city?
London, man. That's easy.
I think I knew that. Who would you hate to have a dinner date with?
Scarlett Johansson.
Hate to have a dinner date with Scarlett Johansson?
Did you say hate?
I said hate to have a dinner date with...
Oh, I thought I would love to have a dinner date. No.
I mean, no. Who would you hate to have a dinner date with? আমি তাই শক হয়ে গেছি যে স্কারলেট জোহানসন কেন হবে?
আমি তো ডেট শুনছি ভাই।
Hate. Who would you hate to have a dinner date with?
Donald Trump.
Okay, good answer. আচ্ছা, based on your answers তাহলে ঠিক আছে, in a parallel universe, based on your answers, so you are currently playing the lead role of Michael Corleone, Godfather,
right?
ঠিক আছে, which was originally played by Al Pacino. কিন্তু you've chosen Al Pacino to play your second role, যেটা ছিল তার ভাই, the brother Vito Corleone. So this is a remake, a romantic novel remake 2024. So you're playing Michael Corleone, Al Pacino is going to be playing Vito Corleone. This is currently going to be based in a London setting because that's your favorite city. And the villain
Vito Corleone না বাবা ছিল? আচ্ছা, I forgot. Anyway, go on. হ্যাঁ, হতে পারে।
Sorry.
Anyway,
and the villain of the movie, the wolf, ইয়াটার গডফাদার কি ছিল? এমিলিও বার্জিনি ছিল না? That will be played by Donald Trump. So this is your parallel universe.
Right. Yeah. What am I gonna do now? Shoot them?
Your life, your parallel universe. Fahim, do whatever you want to do. Acha, let's go back to the more serious kind of question. ঠিক আছে? where do you see yourself in 10 years time, Fahim? You said that maybe you want to continue with teaching, but how do you see this growing? How what are
I'll
kind
be
of the
honest with
changes you
you,
want to
from
see?
the very young age I always wanted to do business, not teaching.
Acha,
Well,
acha,
আমি তো টিচিং আসলে চুজ করেছি অনেক later on the career, তাই না? So
acha.
I'll definitely teaching will be there alongside, but I want to establish a business. I've already planned. I'm gonna execute it soon, inshallah. One of them, and if not, the other one.
হাসছো কেন?
The comment, man.
The comment from Arsalan is very funny. I'm sorry to pop it
He's
up at that time.
yeah, it's fine. His best friend.
So yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. So as I said, probably one I'm gonna establish soon. I'm start soon, and future obviously in 10 to 15 years time, আমার দুইটা business আমি establish থাকতে হবে. Of course, one of them is in Edbase Professionals. Let's see how it goes.
Acha.
Even if it's not, I don't know whether it and how far it can go, but আরো দুইটা আমার করার প্ল্যান আছে today or tomorrow.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আর ধরো এই যে তুমি বললা যে in terms of getting students work experience is getting their feet on the ground, kind of in terms of better experience bolo, in terms of career growth bolo after their education. Would you work towards that? Is that something that you want to keep on working towards?
Kind of, yeah. I'm gonna continue that, of course. But আমি যেমন place করি, we have an ACCA community, so they actually help me. They actually help me in the sense that they call me up. They say, "Bhai, you have more accounting people." But আমার student যারা আছে তারাও আমাকে ফোন করে, স্যার একটা student দেন. So I try to place them anyway. I'm already placing them now.
আচ্ছা
So
আচ্ছা
চলবে আর কি. This will continue, of course. But বড় স্কেলে কতদূর যাবো আমি জানি না. Maybe not.
Okay. I think my last question to you, তাহলে Fahim, যে a young viewer who's probably watching this, or someone who's going through that phase, wants to study professional accounting, be someone like you, get a qualification like FCCA, তাদের জন্য what advice would you give?
Balance, confidence, patience. Balance means you have to do everything. If there is a show, you attend the show. If there is a concert, go to the concert. If there is a movie, you go to the movie. But at the same time, you study, do good grades, create a personal development plan. Well, you can always knock me. I'll tell you what personal development plan is. Follow those. And confidence is the key. Ajkal juge confidence onek important. The competition that they are facing now is very challenging. If you remember, Aris, when we went to London, we went almost at the same time, right? Yeah.
তুমি probably 1-2 বছর আগে, হ্যাঁ, but মোটামুটি same time.
Almost the same time. We fell into the recession. So we are basically one of the worst generation that faced the unemployment rate, or probably the starting generation of unemployment rate.
Right. Credit crunch period ছিলাম আমরা, right?
Yeah, but things were still easier, even though credit crunch or recession ছিল. Think about now.
Right. More students coming through, more competition, of course. So you have to really stand out, right? Right.
Yeah. Okay. I know you asked me the last question, but I want to ask you one question.
Sure.
What motivated you with this course, population growth?
So I'll keep it very short. ঠিক আছে? So আমার education history টা was a roller coaster ride. I wanted to study economics. আমার family side থেকে আমি বলবো না যে আমাকে support করে নাই. They always told me that you needed to be the top 1% in the country if you wanted to study economics, and I wasn't that brilliant of a student. So বাসা থেকে encourage করা হলো to study accounting এর জন্য. So I went to UK, did CIMA, and I struggled. I really struggled because I never liked accounting, right? So তখন I wanted to change back to economics, but যেহেতু আমার এক বছর I focused on CIMA, and CIMA had a lot of, like you said, business papers ছিল, lawyer papers ছিল, which I was doing great at. So আমি second year direct switch করলাম to business and management undergrad. But when it came to master's at time, I took a couple of years gap. I worked, built on the work experiences ওই time, and like you said, credit crunch phase ছিল, so you definitely needed work experience to show apart from education. তো তখন I wanted to go back to studying economics, কিন্তু আমার তো pure economics এর মধ্যে undergrad ছিল না, so I couldn't get into economics এর masters, so I chose something which I could, and আমার development sector interest ছিল, so I chose development economics.
But you also studied in LSC, man.
Luck.
Nah.
আমার wife.
Luck is a 1%. I mean the viewers, guys, he's a graduate from LSC.
না আমি এটা বলবো, it comes down to অন্তরা. I definitely have to say যে ওই টাইমে I said যে আমি অক্সফোর্ড, কেমব্রিজ, LSE এগুলো অ্যাপ্লাই করে কোনো লাভ নাই, but অন্তরা is the one that kept on pushing যে অ্যাপ্লাই করো, if you don't apply you will never know. And I think what really helped, again, আমার কিন্তু undergraduate I didn't have amazing grades, I had mediocre grades, ঠিক আছে, O levels, A levels, I had good grades, decent grades, but you see LSE, Oxford, Harvard, যখন শুনো MIT, you think of people who have all A-star grades, but I didn't have that. But it's extracurricular activities, right? I was always into sports, other things ছিল আমার সবসময়, events organization, এইসব জিনিস করতাম. I think that really helped. So when you were saying,
আমি আমার স্টুডেন্টকে জাস্ট লাস্ট 35 মিনিটস থেকে 39 মিনিটস ওয়াচ করতে দেব. This is so important. You really need to know, see an icon there, specifically আমার economics student যারা economics pursue করবে, how important extracurricular activities for applying to LSE.
Why are you making the show about me? The show is about you, okay? But I have to add a point here. So I always wanted to work in policy, right? But I ended up working in communications. So it's a ওইরকম একটা অপরচুনিটি আসছিল when I could work towards a development sector, refugees দের জন্য. So I started taking up a job with BRAC, and then I worked with the UN, and then I loved working with communications এখন, and this is where I'm still working after 10 years time. So I think you need to kind of keep your options open, pursue certain things that you think you may like, and then figure out where you kind of fit in. I never thought in my life, 15 বছর আগে, if you'd asked me
come to Bangladesh
communications,
I will bring you in my podcast. Very important.
Thank you, Fahim. Thank you. আমি একটা লাস্ট কোশ্চেন করি তাহলে. তোমার podcast, The Professionals, Made in Bangladesh show, I've just started it. This is my 3rd episode. Can these podcasts help viewers, young viewers, or someone going through a career change in any way, and why should they watch it?
First of all, এই দুইটা বলার আগে আমি বলবো ভাই পেশেন্সলি একটু শোনা দরকার. I know যে it might sound যে I'm trying to sell my product. It's not product. At all, it's not product. I'm not getting any money out of it, guys. I'm actually paying a hell lot of money for that, to be honest with you. I'm doing it to just, pass the knowledge to you guys. So that at least, yes, আমার একটা শর্ত আছে. You remember me. That is all I need. Nothing else.
Right.
So you get all the ideas, of course, and watch it properly. See the people who come, be there. 1 or 2 people might become your very favorite, and if you want to connect with them, we can do that. I can do that. Of course, if Aris can do that in a globalization, you can always contact him as well. You can, if you message the page and Made in Bangladesh, he will definitely reply. So he can guide you. We are there to guide you, right? I mean, that is what we can say.
Amazing. Fahim, I think we'll wrap up there. It's been amazing having you. তোমার সাথে কথা বলতে, I always love you. You're one of my closest friends. I share a lot with you, and it's so amazing to have you on the show, speaking to the viewers, and I learn a lot from you even now. Thank you so much for being on the show. Inshallah, কথা হবে offline.
Thank you for the invitation. Inshallah. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Walaikum salam. There you go, viewers. That was Fahim Mohammad Nael, such a close friend of mine. তার অনেক experiences share করলো. I মানে একটু personal questions জিজ্ঞাসা করেছি আমি, but he's an open book. He's always been an open book. Such an inspiration. Stay tuned for the next episode. On the next episode, we are going to be speaking to Mifrapu, who again, I follow her. She does a lot of great work for women empowerment, for underprivileged people in Bangladesh. She's the founder of the organization called Shathi. So stay tuned for the next episode. Please make sure you follow us on our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Dekha hobe on the next episode. Allah Hafiz.